Have you ever wondered what it would be like if multiple incredibly uneducated people tried to debate trans issues? Well, you don't have to wonder no more, my friends. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite masculine energy, Hunter Avalone here, back with another video. Don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So it's another day, and once again, the issue of quote-unquote transgenderism is being debated. This time, xQc, a massive streamer, debated Adin Ross and Trainwrecks, along with someone else, about the issue of trans people, or about trans people's validity or existence, I guess. So first and foremost, Adin Ross, for those of you who don't know, Adin Ross is a very, very smart person in opposite world. He's the guy responsible for getting Andrew Tate arrested. He is the guy who constantly puts his foot in his mouth, so much so that I don't even know how he functions as an adult human. Now, this debate is 2 hours long, so there's a good chance that we won't be watching all of it, but we'll see how far we can get along here.
But it's a big problem. It's a problem, and by doing what you're doing, you're making it a worse problem, and you're causing no healing. You're causing more damage. So that the right wing be doing a lot. They take like out of like hundreds of thousands of trans people, right? One or two in the entire country had taken like HRT, whatever, and they will take that one case. One that was like crazy, and the person was like suffering from like major depression because they weren't getting what they wanted, and they'll take a megaphone, they'll put it on, they'll be like, dude, these people are fucking changing their fucking gender like at like 8, and they're gonna fucking die. Like, okay, that's one person. You made it a problem.
Yeah, so what xQc is getting at here is how a lot of conservatives do use 1 or 2 trans people that might regret the transition or might have complications, and they amplify those voices so much so to try and make it out as if this is somehow a spokesperson for all trans people. They want to make it out to be this way, that because a couple trans people may have had complications or might regret it, which is a thing, and it's certainly not something that should be ignored or invalidated, but acting as if this is the case for all trans people or for the majority of trans people, it's not true.
It wasn't a problem then. You made it a problem.
No,
putting a megaphone on it.
It's a problem now because it's giving kids ideas of like false shit. Like you see now, hold on, you see Disney, for example. When did we start watching Disney?
It's giving kids idea. No, it's teaching kids the reality of gender, and now we're getting on Disney. Oh boy.
3, 4, etc. Right? Disney, for example, push, and I mean, and you know, my thing is, like back when I was in school, you know, back when I was in middle school, high school, I would have like transgenders in my class. So that's how you know. And I asked my
transgenders. Okay, AIDS Ross, please stop.
Parents, like, yo, mom, pop, you know what I'm saying? Like, did you see this in your class? Like, nah. And even my other older siblings, it's the same shit. So it's like, it's becoming more and more normalized to do it as a child rather than waiting till adultery. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's
waiting till you don't wait for things that you feel like.
You don't feel, but
did he say waiting for adultery, meaning like adult? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be petty. But yeah, a lot of the times what happens is people might go on puberty blockers, which are, again, safe and reversible. They might go on puberty blockers to prevent going through an unwanted puberty until they are older to make a more informed decision whether or not they want to continue.
But if I believe in the Tooth Fairy and superheroes, why would I be allowed to believe something? It's like I have an imaginary mind. It's like, wait a little bit. And instead, maybe of just going straight to jump to that, maybe we do some therapy. Maybe we try to sit down.
So you're telling me that you believe in Santa all the way till you're probably like 14. But people
Again, no one's doing this. Like, they do go to therapy. That's a requirement.
Wrong for thinking that, oh, maybe I'm a girl instead. I went there 14 too.
When I was 14, I was still fucking thinking of crazy shit. I was still like abnormal stuff. I think when you become an adult, bro, that's when you know the most. It just hits you, bro. Like when you're adult, even close to adult, like even like 17, 16 maybe, like it's different for everybody, but bro, like it's just.
Yes, but you're not making permanent decisions on what you're feeling when you're young. They don't let you do that. For like 99.999% of the time, you're not gonna fuck your life up because you feel those ways or you think those ways. They only let you when you're 18.
That's not true. Look at and I'm gonna bring it up. Dwayne Wade's child, for example. I think she's 12 or whatever. And again, that's his own kid. I'm not gonna I'm just giving you an example of something that's kind of like known out there. There's also many I could pull examples of if I would do research. My thing is this, bro. It's like wait, just wait. And if you still feel that way all the way to 18, okay, be yourself, do you.
Where's that person? Where's that person?
This is unrealistic. So he's talking about the case in which the father was greatly invalidating his child's gender identity, first and foremost. Second of all that they wanted to have happen in that case was, again, puberty blockers, nothing permanent being done to a child, so that's just incorrect. Oh yeah, and then he says, just wait, just wait. Sometimes you can't just wait. Sometimes it's literally life or death. Sometimes gender dysphoria is, yes, that debilitating. And all we're talking about, again, pausing puberty. Something that is generally safe, generally reversible, and doesn't really seem to be associated with any long-term harms. Why is this such a crazy, radical thing?
Wait, just wait. And if you still feel that way all the way to 18, okay, be yourself, do you.
Where's that person? Where's that person? Who's that?
Dwayne Wade's kid.
Dwayne Wade?
Correct.
Yeah, wasn't this where they had the
What happened with
custody
them?
battle?
No, I'm sure I could find more. I think
What happened with them? Like, what is the story? You're just saying names. I don't know what happened with them.
I'm giving you an example
What happened with them, though?
I'm saying they became trans at a very young age.
They became trans? Did they take HRTs or whatever?
I'm not that, I don't know, but they became.
If they're not on HRTs,
Dude, being trans at a young age is not the same as getting treatment for gender dysphoria at a young age or anything. Oh God. Adin Ross didn't even understand the point there. He actually misunderstood it completely. He unironically thought it was just like xQc saying there's no such thing as kids that are ever trans. Kids can be trans or think that they're trans or have confusion about their gender identity. The argument is whether or not something permanent and life-altering is happening, so much so that you're saying they need to wait because it could be permanent. What if they change their mind?
say that they're Iron Man or Optimus Prime, and nobody gives a fuck.
No, but just look into it. I'm informed.
I did. Chat says that they haven't taken HRT, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm misinformed on that specific.
Also, if somebody were to say, like, I'm Iron Man, okay, is Iron Man a socially constructed form of gender identity? No? Then fuck off. It's that simple.
Individual, so I'm not going to speak on it.
So I asked you to name. I asked you to give me an example. You gave me a wrong one. So you're one of one in the wrong. Just give me one correct one.
It's still wrong, brother.
Dude, what?
When you are, it's still. I didn't say specifically HRT for that specific one. I never said that. I didn't know. I said I don't know. I'm misinformed on it. All I'm saying is that person is a child, and I just think that they should wait years and years and years before they really jump down a road.
You're saying this, jump down the road, but then simultaneously you don't even know if they have jumped down that road. Oh my God. You clearly need to take a road down to like the special ed class because you're a fucking idiot.
You're not causing permanent damage on yourself though. Unless you're on like HRTs and you're fucking your body up and making modifications, you will recover from your stuff. When I was a kid, I thought I was a doctor. I thought I was a superhero, right? I wore a cape sometimes at school. I wore a cape. Does that mean that when I'm 18, I become brain dead? No, it doesn't do anything. Let people be people.
But that's what I'm saying though.
Then let them think that they're a girl or whatever.
I kind of like xQc's approach here a little bit. It's much more like passive, like just kind of let people exist. But it works well with these like frat bros.
For 2 or 3 years until like, you know what? Maybe I was just feeling a certain way and it passed it.
I just think it's hold on. I just think it's abnormally getting a little bit weird when we're pushing on our kids, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Nobody's pushing onto them though.
It is. There's agendas being pushed on kids, like what I'm saying, for sure, 100%. Disney is 100%.
The agenda tells them that if they feel those ways, they're not completely wrong or to be ostracized, and they're not gonna fucking kill themselves. It's not like, yes, it's a little bit overbearing, and I get that. It's a little bit too much, but it's the mentality isn't wrong.
What about when a Target's kid section had like an LGBTQ plus thing, wasn't like for the kid section?
Yeah, the bathing suit he's talking about was actually a bathing suit that was for adults, and then a bunch of idiots lied and said that it was for kids when it wasn't.
Man, I don't care if niggas want to think they're airplane, they want to think they a man, woman, kangaroo, do your thing.
Exactly.
I definitely believe that we got to let, kids can't choose to go in the military, can't drink, can't do a lot of things until they at least turn 18 or maybe 21.
Okay.
Man, don't just seep it into shit. Like, you know what I mean? Don't just start putting into the curriculum.
No. They don't understand that the reason this is in the curriculum is, one, first and foremost, it's the reality of things. Gender is something that exists. There is such a thing as a socially constructed set of expectations that comes to how people present themselves, whether it's in regards to masculinity or femininity. This is something that is socially constructed. That is reality. So by talking about this reality, you are simply making it so that the next generation of people are not unaccepting retards like you, Adin Ross, because you're a fucking idiot. You're uninformed, you're a bigot, and I'm pretty sure that you are a result of incest. This is why it's important for young people to have a general appropriate understanding of these issues so that they are more accepting, so that they are less likely to be like some of these chuckle fucks.
To, you know, influence them to go away, because I'll be honest with you, as a kid, everybody's insecure. Everybody's looking for acceptance. Everybody just
high
don't
school-
really know what's going on.
Okay,
And
they don't
it-
permit you to do the things you're talking about, though. Like, you're not causing permanent damage to somebody. They're not on HRTs, brother. They're not doing bodily modifications that they're not allowed to do. These things, if it's not true, if it's just a fad or a phase.
Also, look at how many kids are bullied in school for being trans. Like, I can tell you right now that if kids are desperate for acceptance, there's going to be a lot of things they're going to try before trying to be trans.
It'll fade away, dude. It is what it is. When I was young, I was wearing fucking pink fucking wristbands all the time, and I had girls do me little bracelets. And you know, I stopped doing that. I don't feel that way.
That's way different.
Because where they're trying to push it is to have kids be on some of these hormones.
Give me examples. Give me statistics.
Yeah, please. Where the fuck are those examples? Because last I checked, even the fucking endocrine society, when it comes to hormones and whatnot, says hormones should not be given to anybody under the age of 18. That is literally like the rule.
Give me statistics and give me fucking examples.
No, xQc. It's not about statistics. It's about trying to stop or reverse, like, you know, a trend that we're seeing happen. They want.
It's not about statistics. It's about reversing a trend. If you're making the claim that it's a trend, you're going to need statistics as to why this is suddenly a trend. You need something to prove that it's a trend.
These kids to try to, you know, make these decisions before, you know, they're really of age.
Wait, bro, what trend? What statistics? What example? I'm not seeing what you're seeing. I think you're talking about one person who did something, and then the whole right wing went to, this is killing our kids. It's like one guy out of the middle of fucking in Wisconsin or some shit like that, who was on drugs or some shit like that. Chill. Nobody's killing anybody, dude. Like, this isn't. It's not a problem. It is because you're making it a problem.
Okay, my thing is when you said
Burn.
don't shop there. When I said Target, where everyone goes. You know, when you're a parent, you want to be able to sit down your child when it's time and explain what certain things are. I just think it's wrong. No, for real. I think it's wrong when school teaches you about politics and sexuality shit. I think it's really wrong. I think your parent.
Schools need to teach kids healthy sex education. This has been shown time and time again to reduce sex offenses, because a lot of the times creepy perverts who abuse children take advantage of the fact that those kids don't really fully understand what's going on. If they do understand, then they are much more likely to report that something is wrong, and they're more likely to understand if they've been given adequate sex education. This is a ludicrous thing that Adin Ross is advocating for, and I know that he's too stupid to realize the terrible implications of what he's advocating for, but this right now, what he's saying, this should just be on the parents to teach kids about sex. This is the pedophile's wet dream, my friend. Thank you for fulfilling their dream.
When you're a parent, that's when you sit your child down, and that's when you really explain about life.
Yes,
Do you agree with that?
Yes, Adin.
Okay,
But society
so,
already
hold on
does
a second.
that because it's ingrained into the more traditional way. Society
So,
already
X,
shows
X,
you that,
X,
and those
X.
things in the more heterosexual way. Because you are that, you're not seeing it, and you don't identify that. But because there's a few examples of non-hetero things. Oh my God, you say 20 movies about girls kissing guys. Oh, whatever. Yeah, you're in dating time. One guy kiss another guy. Oh my God, the agenda, gays. Relax, brother. It's not that big of
I mean, he's right, you know.
a fucking deal. Christ, that's insane. You're making it a problem. Like, they're not pushing an agenda. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
So you don't think putting gay kid, LGBTQ in the kids section of Target? You could put in the regular section of Target. Cool, that's fine.
It wasn't in the kids section.
The adult clothing. You don't think putting it in the kids section of Target's a little bit
Yes,
twisted?
the way that they're doing it isn't always right, and they're fucking stupid. But
Thank you.
The behavior inherently isn't bad. Having a fucking pink shirt in the men's section isn't the agenda of Joe Biden controlling your brain. It's not.
That's not
the
what
way
I'm
they're
saying.
doing it
I used
isn't
to wear-
right, but the message is correct.
No, X, I used to wear the I Love Boobies bracelets too, the pink ones, and the breast cancer awareness. I used to wear it all the time.
Okay,
Matter
but if
of
it was
fact-
I was dicks, you would fucking be up in arms about it.
If it
You
was
were wearing I love
Dick-
booby shit, but if it was I love dicks, you would be all up in arms about it, and you would say, kids should be wearing that. How can you even buy this? This isn't correct. Then you know you'd be doing this.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, no shit. You know, it's-
Oh my so by default,
So
you're saying
it's
people
not as simple as, oh, they're putting a pink thing in like the men's section. Is that they're encouraging men right, who are biologically men, who are born with penises and have the hormones of men.
That's a sex, not a gender. That's a sex.
Depending on your socialization or how you feel at the moment, you could now select your gender after birth.
Oh,
That's
no.
what people talk about. We don't.
Oh no, yeah, it's almost like gender and sex are two separate concepts, dude. And as long as you refuse to acknowledge this, you're going to continue sounding like a loon. You're going to continue sounding like an idiot who's in denial of reality. Somebody born with a penis doesn't mean that they are necessarily a man. They might simply be biologically male, but identify as a woman. Gender and sex are different. And until you are willing to accept that, my friend, you are going to continue looking like the clown that you are.
Don't care about
That's a gender, not a sex.
Say again?
A gender. You're talking about the fucking the biological, like you're born with a dick, right? And then you want to be a girl, or whatever. Like, what are you talking about? Am I wrong? A gender is like a social construct.
All right, so yeah, we don't
These guys are just so they're like, what? What? Wait, are we still in the conversation about Call of Duty? What? Dude, just having a basic conversation with them about this would be so painful.
If I meet a man and he tell me that him being a man is a social construct, I slap the shit out of him. No, you're a fucking man, okay?
Wow. So if somebody disagrees with you and tells you the actual truth, you would resort to physical violence? Dude, at least make it kind of fun for us as we get to uncover what an idiotic man-child you are. Don't just give it away. Half the fun is discovering what a massive piece of shit you are. Now you just gave it away. Now we know, okay, you're just a brainlet. You're an idiot who, when you are offended by something or hear something you don't like, rather than actually trying to contend with information, like most people would by, I don't know, communicating, you instead feel the need to go just full caveman and start beating the fuck out of people? Really? Yeah, wow. You sound very smart, my friend.
Yo, if God made you with a dick and the balls, you're a man. I don't care what you think
If
about.
God made you, okay, well, if God made me with the certain eyesight that I have, then it's a sin for me to be wearing glasses.
Yourself. You need to go deal with that. You need to go to Christ or anybody else, Allah, anybody. You got dick and balls, you are a man. They ain't no social.
What? Dude, I mean, Jesus was famous for rolling the ball away. If anything, he'd be totally fine with you tucking your balls.
Construct. Biology tells me what you are. You got a pussy, you a woman. You got a dick, you're a man. Again, we could make up these other
you're
rules.
so wrong, dude. Biology doesn't tell you that. When you're walking around at a grocery store, how do you know who's a man and a woman? You're not looking at their biology. I mean, granted, I don't know what he's doing in his spare time and how many peepholes and free cameras he might have set up, so I don't want to speak when I don't really know, but most of the time, you're not looking at people's biology, at least I hope. You're looking at the social construct. You're looking at their presentation. This is what you look at to determine whether or not somebody is a man or a woman. So every time you say like, well, actually, I just look at their biology, bruh. No, you don't.
But that is the ground rules, brother. Like this whole, oh no, it's construct. It's like, dog, all right, I'm a penguin. Am I a penguin?
No. What X is saying is, so sex is male or female.
Right.
So you're correct, Ak and Adin. There's male and there's female.
Yes, there is.
That's
There's two
sex,
genders.
Okay.
Yes.
That's the biological attribute, right?
Correct.
Male and female, that's sex.
Yes.
Gender. See, like there's a miscommunication and misunderstanding of gender versus sex. Sex is female or male. You understand? So when you guys say there's two,
of course,
there's
I understand.
when you guys say there's two genders, you're referring to there's two sexes, right? Gender is actually a social construct.
There
right?
you go. So why tell me I'm wrong about this? I was wrong about that.
Behaviors and certain things of certain different, right? Like, so when you say
Wait a
is there
minute,
two
hold
genders, what do you mean are there two sexes? Yes, there's two sexes. There's male and there's female.
Guys,
you understand? So like you're both arguing two different things. That's
Academics. Stop. Academics. Have you ever gone to a gender reveal party? We don't call it a sex reveal party. You call it a gender reveal party.
That's why it's called a social construct.
Eric, no, he capping because
Dude, how is he so stupid? Yeah, that is literally, I like X's response there. That's why we call it a social construct, dude. Because we've decided, when you say, are we going to have a boy or a girl? What do? You pick out the color blue, right? And why is blue associated with boys? Where's the biology there? Could you clue me in, please? Where's the biological testosterone urge to like the color blue? It's not there. It's a social construct. So what I think they're missing a little bit that xQc is having a tough time explaining is simply that there is sex, which is the biological component, and gender is the social construct, which right now we socially correlate to sex. So we as a society decide that because somebody has this set of biology, we are going to expect them to behave, dress, act this way. That's a social thing that we correlate to biology. So that's where I think the confusion comes along, is people say, no, it's biological. No, it's social. It's technically both, but the biological component is what we base the social thing on, and it doesn't need to be that way.
If you meet some of these grown-ass niggas who think they females, if you ask them what sex they are, they're not going to say they're actually male. They're going to say they're a female. They
Okay.
want to identify.
What? Dude, trans people with gender dysphoria have gender dysphoria because they know what their biology is, and they know that differs from the gender that they feel more comfortable as, and they know that because of that biology difference, they will have different expectations on them, or society will treat them certain ways because of gender, the social construct.
On all the government forms, you filled out, does it not say sex
We're
M/F?
not talking about
They
government
do.
forms.
They
So,
do
yo,
that.
respectfully, we're not talking about government forms. Yo, we're talking about, like, I completely get your argument, and you're right. But the people we're talking about, they want to be able to pick not only gender but sex. They're picking.
Nah,
That
that
bullshit.
doesn't seem right.
Oh, have you met someone?
That's bullshit. Like, sex cannot be just chosen the way that we currently categorize it and define it. So no, you're just, again, making up stories and straw mans to try and build a more compelling argument when your argument's failing.
That is like, I gotta be clear because I know I'm still on Twitch. Trans, and if you do you think they identify like, oh, I'm actually a male sex wise, but I consider myself as a woman? They don't. They call themselves a woman and a female. That's a fact.
No, they don't call themselves a female, dude. They call themselves women. Trans women are women. That was the whole thing a little bit ago. What do you mean? No one said trans women are females.
They are acting like they still consider themselves a male.
They still mean the gender though. Like, and if they don't, they're wrong. But that doesn't. Why do you feel so enraged and compelled to write them? That's the government's fucking thing to do that. If they misrepresent themselves on a government form, they're now wrong. That's fucking illegal. If they say sex and they misrepresent themselves, that's actually wrong. Why do you feel like you have to go, no, you are this, you are that? Yo, chill the fuck out, bitch ass. Chill out.
Correct them. I don't feel compelled to correct them. I'm just showing the fallacy in what you just tried to explain.
Not a fallacy.
And well, maybe not you, but Trainwreck said, well, you know what? You guys are right. Sex, there's only two sexes, but you could have multiple genders because that's a social construct. I'm telling you that usually if someone, and by the way, I'm not even passionate about this, truth be told. But like, usually
the classic debating against this thing for the last hour and a half. So just to be clear, like, I'm actually not even, like, that passionate about this. I don't really even have strong feelings about this, Okay, bro.
someone was born, right, a female. They was born with a pussy, right? If they want to now identify as a man, they're not gonna then tell people, I am a female by sex, but I am a man by gender.
Because they're acting in a social way with other social beings, using a social construct to fucking communicate. They're using a social construct to communicate, not some biological fucking markers. Holy shit. How hard is it to understand it? What the fuck?
Listen,
I'm going by your own metrics, though. Your own.
Because most people know nowadays what it means when you say that you're a man. It's different than being a male. It is. And again, this guy's gonna keep being confused and frustrated and annoyed until he can just fucking accept reality and join the rest of us. Please, Alice, come out of La La Land. Join us over here in reality. It's not terrible.
In a social way with other social beings, using a social construct to fucking communicate. They're using a social construct to communicate, not some biological fucking markers. Holy shit. How hard is it to understand it? What the fuck?
Listen,
I'm going by your own metrics, though. Your own metrics said that one of them was biological, right? And then the other, so one is biological, and then the other is actually social construct, right? So you said male or female, biological, right?
Yes.
Then you said man or woman or whatever is more of a social construct. And I'm telling you that those people who identify as such, they don't make that distinction. They're not going to be like, I'm a male.
So he's kind of doing the thing where it's like a lot of bigotry shows itself this way by treating members of a minority group as the spokespeople for that group. So when he's like, trans people, they don't say this. Okay, I don't care. It doesn't actually matter, because even when trans people say like they're trans, this is not just them randomly and arbitrarily deciding trans is a thing. This is something we understand now. We understand what it means to be trans. We understand what gender is. We understand how it can affect your identity. We understand how it's a social construct. We understand how it plays into biology. Since we understand this, he's still just falling into the trap of being like, well, this trans person didn't say this, so therefore, why don't you actually look at what like the Endocrine Society has to say, or the transgender guidelines have to say, instead of just asking random trans people on Reddit and then treating them like they're the spokesperson for all trans people.
They don't make that distinction. They're not going to be like, I'm a male that identifies as a woman. They usually say, I am a female.
Wait, so I have a question for
It's
you.
insane that you guys are so mad about some girl or some guy saying it. Oh, I'm a girl.
Care.
Then fucking Kanye saying I'm a god. It's like you guys are so selective in your outrage. It's fucking insane.
I only care
You're
about
nuts.
kids, bro. Leave the kids.
I only care about the kids. Okay. If he cared about kids, then he would delete all of his streaming platforms, because why would he ever want to pollute so many children's minds? Honestly, if he cared about kids, he would go and get himself help, because he seems like a child still.
I only care about leaving the kids out of it, bro. I just got mad about the Target shit, and I get mad about, you know, like having puberty blockers for kids. That's all I get mad about.
That doesn't happen though. It's like
X, it does.
No. X is getting confused now. Puberty blockers for kids happens. Hormones do not happen. People do not understand the difference. They use them interchangeably sometimes, but there's a massive difference. Puberty blockers block hormones. Hormones give you hormones. Clearly, there's a difference there.
I said it. Give me statistics. I said, give me examples. Give me articles. You have given me nothing.
I'll tell you what, because I'm not informed. I don't really spend all my time doing this.
Just give me one.
I'll find some. If I really take time to Google it, I can. I saw a number saying 17,000, but I want to look into it before I really use it as evidence.
So you're pushing a narrative with absolutely nothing, no backing, no knowledge, no statistics, and no examples.
But xQc, if you don't think there's ever been a minor that's taken puberty blockers, it's
okay. And you were mad about the tattoos earlier. How many minors get tattoos?
I don't agree with that though. I think minors should not drink it. Any type of tattoos, any
you don't seem to be very vocal about that though.
I just said that I don't agree with that. I don't agree with any permanent damage with minors. I think when you're 18 and 21, that's when you start drinking.
So I guess the earlier conversation about how there really is no permanent damage with puberty blockers and everything else, that just kind of went in one ear and out the other, I suppose.
Eating and smoking weed and doing permanent damage to your body. I don't think that you'd get into those things at a young age. I don't agree with that.
Yeah. Well, but like I'm telling you, these things are not happening at a rate or.
Yeah, but again, like a kid getting a tattoo, a kid smoking weed, doing things that are quote unquote permanent, could cause permanent damage. That is not a fair comparison, because you're comparing kids doing something recreationally and for the fun of it, compared to somebody getting a medical treatment. Again, we're talking about puberty blockers, which are not permanent. But even if they were, there would still be a difference between something that someone might do or not be able to do that's purely recreational, and something that might have to be done because someone's fucking life is at stake.
And it's a problem.
But it happens.
These are outliers that are
But
problematic.
It's growing. It's growing though.
How is it growing?
The fact that Target is even allowing an LGBTQ section in the kids section is crazy.
Some kid isn't going in there and his life is transformed and now he's like a fairy dust because he saw some fucking rainbow, dude. Holy shit.
That's not the point.
My kid saw a rainbow, he's now a fucking fairy. Like Christ, dude.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that.
Dude, xQc is actually fucking owning them right now. I mean, yeah, he's not that articulate, and I know this isn't like what he does usually. I know he doesn't usually like debate and stuff, but he's doing pretty good.
Really not. What I'm trying to say is just, I'm cool with whatever. I get what you're saying, by the way, how you're talking about sex and gender.
I'm just trying to say I'm cool with whatever, except for all this stuff that I'm totally not cool with.
I take what you're saying. What I'm saying is, what I agree with Axe saying too, like if you are biologically born as a female and you transition to a male, you're still transitioning to a male. But I'm gonna leave that topic because you guys had it. I don't really care. I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah,
you guys got mad. You guys got enraged and pressed over that. I don't care.
I'm not
I don't care
pressed.
about the kids. X. I only care about the kids. I only care about children.
What about the kids that are potentially suffering right now with gender dysphoria and can't get any help because they're treated like they're freaks or deranged, or how they're just small children who can't possibly understand themselves yet? What about those people? Do you care about those kids? You keep going on and on about how you care about kids. I'm going to try not to take that in a weird way, but what about the kids that might have gender dysphoria, dude? Do you care about them? Or do you kind of just forget about them?
Children. I think just children should be left out of any agenda, really.
I out of all issues with kids, right? There's a lot of pressing matter with children and education and young
there
age
is.
stuff. And the how vocal people are about the actual problems compared to this is at a smaller proportion, and it's ridiculous. If you actually care about the kids, you would care about all the other shit that's way more
Well, of
pressing,
course I do.
way bigger,
course I
that's
do.
fucking those lives forever than this
I'm
shit.
saying-
This is like a grain
X-
of salt in the beach, and you're making a big song and dance for this one thing when people are fucking
X-
dying. It's insane. It's like
X-
ridiculous.
X, do you notice when you debate something, what you do? What you do is you like to throw in other things, like Kanye is a god or whatever.
No.
X, I'm saying no kid. I'm bringing up the tattoos. No kid deserves to do tattoos. No kid deserves to do this, that, anything. I'm just saying on this specific topic because it's brought up and we're speaking about it. Kids should not be walking into a Target and seeing a gay section.
Understood. I didn't.
That's all I'm saying.
The same
They
way.
also-
You're
and
right.
The same way they should be able to do puberty blockers. Same way they should.
Why not? Kids can walk into stores and see fucking bra sections and all kinds of other things that might have to do more so with like heterosexual or traditional gender stereotypes. Kids shouldn't be seeing a gay section. Why? God forbid, right? Like what X already said. What's gonna happen? They're gonna like turn gay because they saw a fucking rainbow? Really, bruh?
You know, you want to give.
Oh,
a kid-
that's grooming, not the fucking underage girls on TikTok doing twerkings and shit and
it
weird
is.
sex like and rap videos with underage people in it all the fucking time. That's not a problem. It's the
It
rainbow
is.
Target that's fucking our lives up. Holy fuck, dude.
Again, every debate, this is what you do. You throw in another thing. I agree. That's also bad. That's also bad. And what I'm saying is bad too. I'm trying to tell you. I get what you do when you debate now. I understand it. What you do, your tactic.
It's not a tactic.
It is.
Adin Ross losing a debate. Could it be possible that I'm just stupid? No. Debate tactics are being used here, clearly.
We as streamers,
Ew.
instantly, there's trauma, PTSD. We were scared for our careers because we were scared to answer that question. That
Wait, what
shouldn't
question?
exist
There's
of how
two.
many genders are there, right?
There's two.
You understand? I'm a proponent for transgender rights.
Are you literally trying to say right now that there's people that have trauma because they couldn't answer that question? I can answer that question right now. 2. Generally speaking, socially, we recognize 2 genders. Does that mean there needs to be 2 genders? No. Does it mean that these 2 genders are the only genders that will ever exist? No. Does this mean it's caused by biology? Also, no. So yeah, there can exist right now 2 genders that socially we recognize more or less, but it certainly doesn't mean it needs to stay that way. This was the train wreck debate that I only got a little bit through because it's just so unbearable. As you guys know, stupidity tends to trigger me and traumatize me quite a lot, so I just couldn't go on any further. Thank you for suffering with me, and don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to the channel to make my pain somehow worth it. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.